The first scream came from the attic. It was sharp, sudden, and so full of terror that the candle in Aisha's trembling hand almost slipped. Her stepmother's voice echoed through the dark hallway of the old mansion. "Get back to your room, girl. That noise isn't your concern." But Aisha couldn't move. The sound had come from her father's study, the one place she wasn't allowed to enter since his death 6 months ago. She took a hesitant step forward, the wooden floor groaning under her bare feet. Behind her, the stepmother's shadow stretched long across the candlelight. Cold, tall and still. "You never listen, do you?" the woman hissed, her pale face half lit by the flickering flame. "Maybe the spirits will teach you this time." The candle blew out, and in the sudden darkness, Aisha felt something icy brush her shoulder. When Aisha's father, Samuel Reed, died, the world went silent for her. He had been her anchor, kind, patient, always calling her his little engineer, as she fixed broken clocks around the house. Then came Evelyn. Evelyn arrived at the funeral in black silk and crocodile tears, claiming to be Samuel's new wife. She was white, elegant, and dangerously calm. No one knew when the marriage had happened, or why Aisha's father had never mentioned her. Within a week, the once warm mansion felt like a crypt. Curtains stayed drawn, mirrors were covered, and Evelyn dismissed the maids. "It's a new era," she had said, her voice smooth as glass. "We'll live quietly the way your father preferred." But Aisha knew her father hated silence. Now, at 16, Aisha wandered halls that groaned like they were alive. Every night, she heard whispers, sometimes her father's name, sometimes her own, and always, just before midnight, a soft thud from the attic. One evening, while polishing her father's old pocket watch, Aisha noticed something strange. A faint engraving inside the lid, ER 1873. The receiver initials matched Evelyn's. Her pulse quickened. "No," she whispered, clutching the watch. Her father was born in 1973, not 1873. That night, curiosity got the better of her. She crept down the hall, her candle flickering, following the whisper of wind that seemed to call her name. "Aisha." She froze at the study door, locked, as always. But the faint sound of weeping came from inside. "Father?" she whispered. Behind her, the floorboards creaked. She turned, expecting Evelyn, but saw nothing. The air turned cold, her breath misting. Then a key slid under the study door. Her hands shook as she picked it up. Inside, the study was exactly as her father had left it. Except for one thing. A large painting of Evelyn now hung above the fireplace. Her eyes, painted too vividly, seemed to follow Aisha. On the desk lay a letter sealed with black wax. She broke it open. "To whoever finds this, if you read this, the curse lives still. She is not who she claims to be. She took everything, my soul, my name, my child's safety. The woman you call Evelyn died a century ago." Aisha's stomach dropped. The clock struck 12. The painting's eyes bled red. And behind her, Evelyn's voice whispered, "Curiosity kills quicker than ghosts." Aisha spun around, heart racing. Evelyn stood in the doorway, holding a silver candlestick, her expression unreadable. "So you found it," Evelyn said softly. "I wondered how long it would take." "What is this?" Aisha demanded. "Why is my father warning me about you?" Evelyn stepped closer, the candlelight glinting in her icy blue eyes. "He wasn't warning you. He was warning me about himself." "That doesn't make sense." Evelyn smiled thinly. "Your father was obsessed with bringing back the dead. Aisha. He used my name, the name of a woman long gone, to complete his ritual. I was his creation." Aisha stared in disbelief. "You're lying." "Am I?" Evelyn whispered. She lifted her sleeve, revealing faint black veins running beneath her pale skin. "This body isn't entirely human anymore." Aisha stumbled back, her candle shaking. "You killed him." Evelyn's expression hardened. "He trapped me, bound me to this house with his arrogance. I was meant to fade centuries ago, but he wanted me as his wife. And now that he's gone, only your blood can release me." Aisha's heart pounded. "My blood?" Evelyn raised her hand. The air grew heavy. Books fell off shelves, and the fire in the hearth flared green. "Your father's spirit lingers because of guilt. He cursed this place before he died, said no soul would leave in peace until justice was done. You're his key." Aisha turned and ran. She sprinted through the long corridor, the portraits on the wall twisting into screaming faces. The air filled with whispers, her father's voice, faint but pleading. "Don't be afraid, Aisha. The truth is in the basement." She yanked open the basement door, coughing as dust filled the air. Steps creaked under her feet as she descended into the darkness. The basement was lined with strange symbols painted in ash. In the center stood a mirror covered in a torn cloth. She pulled it away and gasped. The mirror didn't show her reflection. It showed her father, pale and weak, chained to a chair. "Father!" she cried, reaching out. His voice echoed through the glass. "She wears my sin. The curse began when I gave her form. You must end it." "How?" He looked up, eyes full of sorrow. "Break the watch." The pocket watch, his gift, trembled in her hand as if alive. Evelyn's voice filled the basement. "You can't destroy what you are, child. His magic runs in you." Aisha turned to see her standing at the top of the stairs, eyes glowing faintly blue. "You want to live?" Evelyn said. "Then help me lift the curse. Let me go free, and I'll bring your father back." Aisha hesitated, tears streaming down her face. "I don't believe you." "Believe what you want," Evelyn hissed, stepping closer. "But remember, your father made me from love. You are the only real thing he left." Aisha clutched the watch to her chest. "He didn't make you from love. He made you from loneliness." With that, she threw the watch to the ground. It shattered. The walls shook. The mirror cracked. Evelyn screamed, her body flickering like firelight. "No!" A surge of wind tore through the room, pulling Evelyn toward the mirror. Her eyes, suddenly filled with fear, locked on Aisha. "You'll regret this." Aisha stepped forward, crying but resolute. "No, you already did." With one final cry, Evelyn vanished, the mirror exploding into dust. And then, silence. When Aisha woke, she was lying on the floor of the study. Sunlight streamed through open curtains. The mansion, once cold and heavy, now felt still, clean, and strangely peaceful. Her father's voice echoed softly in her ear. "You did what I couldn't. You freed us both." Tears filled her eyes. "I miss you, Daddy." "Then live, my engineer," the voice whispered. "Live for both of us." Weeks passed. Aisha sold the house, keeping only her father's broken watch and a single photograph of them smiling in the garden. She moved to the city, took night classes in mechanical design, and started volunteering at a community center, helping kids rebuild broken toys. Sometimes, when she worked late, she swore she could still feel her father's hand on her shoulder, steady and warm. One evening, a little girl approached her with a toy car that wouldn't move. "Miss Aisha, can you fix it?" Aisha smiled gently. "Let's find out." She opened the toy, revealing a loose spring, and showed the girl how to reattach it. "See? Sometimes even broken things just need patience." The girl grinned. "Like you fixed your house?" Aisha froze, then laughed softly. "Something like that." But as the girl ran off, Aisha glanced at the old pocket watch on her desk, the one she'd tried to destroy. It was whole again, the glass uncracked, the hands ticking slowly. And faintly, beneath the ticking, she heard her father's voice. "I'm proud of you, my little engineer." Months later, Aisha returned to the hill where the mansion once stood. The building was gone, replaced by wildflowers and quiet wind. She placed the watch in the grass. "It's time to rest now," she whispered. Behind her, the sun set in shades of gold and crimson, and for a moment, she saw a silhouette, a man standing beside a woman, hand in hand, her father and her real mother. At peace, at last, Aisha smiled through her tears. Goodbye. As she turned to leave, a soft breeze carried her. Stepmother's final words. Through the air, not angry or vengeful this time, but gentle. "Thank you." Aisha looked back once more, feeling no fear, no anger, only calm. The curse had been broken. The girl who once lived in shadows had survived the haunted house, not by magic or strength, but by courage and love. Because sometimes, what haunts us most isn't the ghost in the attic. It's the pain we refuse to forgive. And in forgiving, we finally set ourselves free. Hate may linger, but love endures. Real strength is not in breaking curses. It's in healing from them.